Mike Shoebridge was a former senior defence and intelligence official who's now at the Australian Strategic Policy Institute, director of its Defence, Strategy and National Security Program. Michael, great to catch up with you again. President Biden says that Russia is in fact now preparing for a full-scale invasion of Ukraine, so it seems his sanctions so far sure aren't working. And our own Prime Minister did today. I'll just show you that one first.
The invasion of Ukraine has effectively already begun. Russia is at peak readiness to now complete a full-scale invasion of Ukraine, and that is likely to occur within the next 24 hours. And there are even reports already of shelling and things of that nature which could indicate that it has already begun.
Michael Shoebridge, I'm not sure how true these predictions are, but what would a full-scale invasion of the rest of Ukraine look like?
Well, Andrew, we already know that the Russian invasion of Luhansk and Donetsk is ugly, but a full-scale invasion of Ukraine will be much uglier because the rest of the country is in the hands of the Ukrainian government and the Ukrainian military. And they are not a powerless force. They're determined to defend their country and its freedom. They're certainly not as powerful as the Russian forces that are massed against them. But this won't be some kind of bloodless coup, the way that Putin seized control of Belarus when he went to help his friend, President Lukashenko, and he's not leaving. He's going to assimilate Belarus into Russia. So it'll be bloody, but it's likely that the Russians will eventually prevail. I think the big thing here is Putin, as you said in some of the introductory discussion, he's willing to use force to dictate others' choices and to change international boundaries by force. And he's gamed other leaders by pretending he was at all interested in diplomacy and de-escalation.
Oh, he made a total fool of French President Emmanuel Macron, who thought he'd be the big peacemaker in front, ahead of the French elections, going to Russia, sitting opposite Putin at a ludicrously long desk that apparently was made to embarrass him, make him look like an idiot. Totally gone. But my question really is this. I know Ukraine, I think, has got, what is it, about the second biggest army in Europe. It can't be a pushover. But it's not just a question of will it be able to put up much of a fight? Would its soldiers even try? I guess that's the unknown factor here.
Well, it's hard for me to judge sitting here in Canberra, but I think we've seen quite a bit of will from the Ukrainian people and from their military. Remember, they've already been in an armed struggle with Russia since 2014, when Putin didn't send what he's called peacekeepers this time, troops armed to take others' territory. He said that the Russian troops fighting then were on holidays, including those Russian troops that shot down the Malaysian airliner that killed everyone on board, including 38 Australians. So the Ukrainians have been in conflict with Russia since that time, and they've been training and improving and equipping so that they're a much more credible military than they were then. So this will be a bloody conflict.
Do you see Europe or the rest of the world sending one single soldier to help Ukraine? Or we're sort of looking at something like Hitler's invasion of Austria in 1938, where the Chancellor was going around Europe saying, please help me, he's going to do something, please, please, please. No one did. They just didn't care enough. Is that the same thing now, that we just don't care enough? And later on we'll think, well, that was a missed opportunity.
I think it's more a case of the European powers aren't capable enough of providing this military assistance to Ukraine. They're not going to put troops in, they're providing some materiel assistance, but they simply don't have the military power to use in this situation. And in the short term, that means things are going to get much worse. But there's no escape now for the European democracies from rebuilding military strength and being less reliant on just the US military power. Just as we see in our region, the Indo-Pacific, there's no escape from us rebuilding our military strength to confront the challenge of China.
Michael Shoebridge, thank you so much indeed for your time.